afternoon off.
Yeah, in Rourkela, for instance, when I was posted over there, we have to do it. You know, the
officers work in that in Rourkela, shipyard.
No, because of the heat.
Huh.
Because of the afternoon heat, you start earlier, then the evening session also comes in.
Yeah. There are countermeasures.
There's one issue I would like to mention. One is climate. There are other countries. It is not fully correct to say that tropical countries, the shipbuilding production is not up to the general expectation. Singapore also has been there in ship repairs, and even these countries like China, during summer it's quite humid and hot, as said. But one issue that has come in a very recent detailed study by European OECD, under OECD, shipbuilding is not amenable for automation and cannot be compared to automobile industry. Some of the process can be sort of automated or speeded up, but it is not one repetitive action that is taking place. Like an automation, a car is coming and every time the same thing. That is number one. Number two, what is more important in shipbuilding is the dimensional accuracy and dimensional
management. But as he used the word digital, you see a lot of digital, each ship to ship, this information you can feed.
We were told that in Korea now it is possible to achieve a dimensional accuracy of in millimeters for a ship of
330 meters length
and no rework. These are the two issues.
The question I'll come back to your process improvement. Everywhere you have an upper specification limit and a lower limit. You are given a length of 220 meters or 330 meters plus minus something. As long as I am able to maintain that without digital, why do I need digital? I don't need. I am able to meet within the specification limit 100% of my time. My process is damn good.
I'll tell you what is done over there. They use a digital theodolite.
Yeah, that they do. This is what I'm trying to say.
Each block, it doesn't take minutes to measure.
Here what we do, a shaft alignment, we are using a piano wire. Piano wire is
that's obsolete.
That's obsolete. What we do is a digital laser theodolite. Very simple, very accurate, and not time consuming, not so much of things to be attached, welded, all these things are not there. Very nicely done, and start over 6 o'clock in the evening, you start, 7 o'clock you finish. Right? 1 hour, 1.5 hours, job, everybody accepts it.
In the warship technology, we have got even one concentric tube we give. We align it with that and we fill it up with this chalk fast type of compound.
One is the method.
So this is again the method, and theodolite, laser theodolite is not very expensive. Anybody can afford. Any shipyard can bring
it.
The
second issue is that of rework. A lot of rework is done, especially in some of the
Finally, if you look at it, it's again a process improvement. Your process of shaft alignment has improved by using.
Actually, 30% of the shipbuilding time is on repair.
That is the shipyard.
Either by
your yard.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I have one question. Government yard, because nobody bothers sometimes. Rework. Owner goes. Sometimes owner also maybe not be knowing his job, and he will say, but they will listen. And sometimes that also happens. Owner is wrong, and they listen. And they rework. They do it. He has got experience.
I have one question to this audience. You see, for improvement of productivity, is there need for labor law to be changed? Will it be in the interest of improving productivity in the public sector as well as in private sector, the way the present laws are? This is what I mean.
Definitely.
That's not easy. Let us also come up with that. What is it we want?
To come back here, productivity by having such a demand increase, mainly because shipyards are now paying on ton basis, right? Per ton, contractor gets a certain amount of money. Now, improving productivity means reducing per ton cost, isn't it? Why do you improve productivity? Is to reduce your labor cost per ton. So when you want to reduce your labor cost per ton, you have to call your contractor and tell him, yes friend, till yesterday I was giving you 20,000 rupees per ton, but now I will give you 10,000 rupees per ton.
No. He also means more tons.
No.
He can also mean more tons. Not only reduce the cost.
He will not
more production.
More production, but finally the bottom line is cost per unit will come down. Okay, so what
bottom line is also to deliver the ship faster.
Agreed, but what shipyard problem shipyard will face is because these are all labor subcontracted. Shipyard cannot tell the subcontractor that till yesterday I was giving you 20,000, now I will give you only 10,000 because your productivity will increase. But this subcontractor not understanding these productivity terms and say, why sub, I was getting 20, I should get 20 now. So there is the challenge.
No, actually that is not fair. That is not correct actually. In ALCOC we have brought down the what do you call it? Earlier we were making 30 tons per month. Now we are making 300 tons per month.
No, particularly I did tell you. Of late, I have also taken up some very challenging type of work. And you said rework, there was not a single case of, UT tested, for that crane column, not a single test has failed, If you adopt a proper, we call it, basically, the technology specification. If you give and you follow it, there will be no rework, there will be no repair work.
I would like to ask Mr. Natarajan one thing. Whenever the processes of an industry is to be improved, productivity, what people tend to do is benchmark with similar industries. Like there have been cases where Boeing has benchmarked with McDonald's. They look very diverse, but some processes may be common. So I would like to ask him, since you've been a civil engineer and been involved in a lot of construction industry, which is also similar in nature. There is a lot of subcontract. There are large scale works which need to be completed in tight time schedule. How the construction productivity in the construction sector has been in last many years, and what specific measures, maybe L&T has been also involved in engineering and the construction side. What lessons can be learned from these sectors which can be brought into shipbuilding to improve the productivity, and what do you think of the productivity in these allied or similar sectors?
Correct. Certain points already came up. One is planning. Now the importance of planning is now recognized in all fields, whether it be shipbuilding or whether it is civil engineering projects. They were notorious for very long delays of time and cost overruns, and now things are certainly coming under control. And there, the TVS, Suzuki or Hero Honda, like that, that people who are very quality conscious and committed with a sense of commitment, involving them and putting them with our Indian workers. But I want to tell you, when we did our JNPT project, it was done by Japanese. The Japanese supervisors were there and the workers are Indians. But I want to tell you, the quality they have produced in JNPT, particularly the drains are there, 40 kilometers of drains are there in JNPT for that huge campus. It will look like metal casting, that concrete shape of that drain will look like metal. Even in 1 kilometer length, you will not see small that line and level. And I tell you, the Japanese supervisors, the fellows used to be of the age of around 50, 55, very old people. But they were only supervisors during their lifetime. It is not like government department where a fellow joins as a skilled worker and he has to be made a foreman or an officer. He is paid his regular increments, everything, but he specializes only in clearing only that scaffolding. In fact, I tell you, they are so committed to that work. He started hitting some Indian workers when they were not doing their job properly. We have to tell him, you can't take the liberty of hitting our workers. That is their involvement and that is their commitment.
Come down to your labor law situation.
No, but you see, the civil engineering quality also has gone out tremendously. I just tell you the Karwar project, Indian Navy's. It's a lovely, the civil engineering work and all. Then Skanska, L&T they have done. And everything, if you see, even in ducting, where the cable and all this pipeline is going, it is really, to be seen. Whereas in Visakhapatnam and all that, I used to shout at the MES, military engineering services who were doing. I say, you are all outdated. But today, I tell you, it has come. Achha, I just mentioned to you about beginning of the year, January this year, under the chairmanship of Dr. Chidambaram, the principal scientific advisor to the Prime Minister, we had a closed door, discussion like this in IIT Powai. 4 sectors were discussed: petrochemical, automobile, construction industry and strategic industry. Strategic came, defense research, nuclear and all that. Everywhere it was the high tech involved. And many of the area we are not bringing foreigners, we are doing all indigenous. They are all state of the art. If that can happen, our shipyards can also be, we can do state of art, we can improve the technology. We may not be jumping to the level of Koreans, but somewhere between present Cochin shipyard and the Korean, somewhere in between, Mr. Kumar should give his benchmark, that I'll start from there. And he should set up his facility to take care of that kind of aim and then further improve on it. And it is that, like now today I'm going to Popio and Tata. This is the thing.
You lead the way.
You are there.
I want to start from the top. Another thing I want to tell you, which I think missed out, was this training of workers. In Japan, what they do is those who are just graduated,
can you not disturb me?
Going in further studies. Let's say they join shipyard. They train these people for 6 months, and it is a multitasking. A fellow learns